I'm Cody Thomason, and I'm here with Jay Middleton. We're going to do a video on a waterway and the flow of water down through the Durin Road. As you can see, we had a nice little water road that starts way up yonder, works its way down here, and the flow goes across under Durin Road. And if you look over here too, you can see that the water runs down this ditch as well, runs into this culvert, and there's really no pond in here. We got a nice little, just perfect flow right into this culvert, and that's what you want to see when you're looking for these waterways. You're not washing out from under the culvert. It's pretty good shape, but I think we'll take a gander over here to this other end and see how bad it looks versus this waterway. And then, so let's go over there. Try not to get hit, Jay. Keep between mustard and mayonnaise, don't make ketchup. Yeah, I'll try not to get hit either. The first thing to notice here is already that the water that runs off this road even runs down on top of this culvert. That's causing erosion back behind this culvert right here and here. And that's kind of the issue. And you can look on down through that waterway and just tell the difference. There's ponding, there's a very slow flow, but I think I'll hand it over to Jay and we'll see what he has to say about it and what his thoughts are on it.
Alright, I'm Jay, y'all know me, and I'm going to tell you some more problems with this culvert here. The first thing I noticed was the water coming down the side going road, and it's coming to this waterway to run out the other side of the pulling farm, and there's like a I don't know, the grass and soil is falling in right here, and eventually this is just going to make a bigger ditch down beside the road and keep eating back up the ditch. So some of the other things that are wrong with this I don't know if they're wrong or not, but they're a problem. Eventually the water could eat back under the road, and it could cause some major problems, but we can see that this has been dug up once, it looks like, or there's a crack in the road anyway, so somebody's been paying attention to it, but it looks like they need to pay a little bit more. Now we're going to walk down to the other end and just notice some of the things through the waterways as we walk that way.
Alright, so continuing our problem here. We got this pile of concrete blocks up here. Now we don't know if it's a problem, but when you sit down and think about it, it's a problem. Because what's happening is when that water comes out of that culvert there, all them blocks are acting as a dam, so to speak, and causing a lot of rolling and movement in front of those blocks. If you look at it, it's really, really eating away right there under the culvert, the edge of the culvert. If you look compared to the other side, this side's really rough looking. And the next problem, it looks like, is once it gets through all them blocks, it's just like one little V-shaped tail. It's all coming out of one real fast. Well, I ain't gonna get in it because I got boots, but if you look, it's kind of like it's choosing one path, one real narrow path, and it's starting to create a ditch right through here. It's moving so fast, but as you walk on down, you see a lot more ponding, and you don't want ponding in a waterway. That's not the purpose of it. And I've been through 150 feet here, and all it does is pond. Where your goal is, you want a real thin layer of just like a sheet of water flowing down through here. You don't want a deep V, because that's when you get into the gully erosion, and that's kind of where we're working towards if this isn't fixed.
All right. When I think of a waterway, this is more what I think it should look like. Like we talked about, up until this point, there's some ponding going on, and really a concentrated flow to one spot. And then as we get down here further, you can see that there's a wider flow. You can tell by where the grass is laid over. And really there's not any standing water. So that would make me think that there's the flow is more spread out. And as we go this way, you can tell it just gets, or it looks better than it does right up there around that culvert and those cement blocks.
Well, we're down to the end of this waterway now, and once you get to the end, it's kind of like this waterway is almost kind of, it's not, the slope's kind of raised up a little bit. We're not getting that full flow all the way to the end like we ought to be, and right here towards the end, it's just sitting. It's just, the water got back to it and just ponding up right there. And then when we get enough rain, it'll come on down through here, and if you look real close, you can see how the grass is laid over by the direction of the water going. Once you get right down here to the end of this waterway where it goes down into this little creek, you see it's kind of starting to dig up a little ditch there and cause some washouts here. And eventually, if over time this isn't taken care of, you might be able to see a deeper gully, and some of this all this concrete may end up start falling in, and which may not be a bad deal. But well, that's me and Jay. We're gonna sign off here, and we're out here at the pulling farm. I hope you all enjoy our video and appreciate it.